in our emotional space, how when we don't recognize that we're trying to fill a void, we tend to try to fill the void with things outside of us instead of going internal, instead of going within to seek the Lord. Because in all honesty, the only thing that can fill that void is God. I came to learn that after many, many years of wanting to perform for this acceptance. And I didn't realize it at the time, but that's what I was doing. I was seeking this acceptance. I wanted the people in my life to be proud of me, so to say. And I think that drove me to do a lot of performing. And at the end of the day, it wasn't the people that I would feel fulfilled by, right? I would still go to bed thinking to myself, I wonder if God is proud of me. I hope I'm making God proud, right? And so there was no amount of performing that I could do in the world. There was no amount of accolade. There was no amount of celebration. There was no amount of praise. There was no amount of love that I was receiving from those around me that could feel what I was feeling. And I say feel as in F-I-L-L, the void that I was feeling inside. I still felt empty. I still felt like I was on this rat race. I was like a hamster on a wheel. I still felt that constant, I would say, confusion, and also like I needed to do more. Like I always felt like I needed to do more because what I'm doing isn't enough, because I'm not able to fill this void at night. I'm still going to bed and I feel this void. So when God says, seek me with your whole heart and you will find me, right? What I come to learn is that what I was looking for wasn't outside of me. It was in me all along, right? And so when I'm speaking to you guys about Christ consciousness and your God self, your higher self, that portal is through your heart, okay? And that means tapping into your heart. And so I'm gonna talk real quick about the song that God gave me, okay, before I started the live. And then I'm gonna just, random select a portion from the book, and I'll post this all for you guys to come back and review. And wow, look at this. It's literally the same thing from last week, which is self-forgiveness. So the song that God gave me is literally, okay, Father God, I'm under protection here. The song is called Bitch, okay? And it's by Meredith. Hold on, I'm going to go look real quick. Okay. So the song is by Meredith Brooks. And I remember it coming out when I was a little girl. And the lyrics are something like, I'm a bitch, I'm a lover, I'm a saint. Hold on, let me go back. Let me see. That's what she says. She says, I'm a bitch, I'm a lover, I'm a child, I'm a mother, I'm a sinner, I'm a saint. Something. So I know you guys know what song I'm talking about. I'm going to post the lyrics. Go listen. I'll probably even post a YouTube link so you guys can listen to the song. But what she was saying is, I'm everything. And you're never going to have me figured out if you try to put me in one box and you expect me to behave in this certain way, because I am everything. And that's something that I speak a lot about with Christ and God, is that God himself is everything. God himself is an oxymoron, and so are we. We are made in his likeness and his image. And so often we feel like because we are one thing, we can't be something else. But in all actuality, two truths can be true. Two things can be true at the same time. Right? You can be a bitch and you can be a lover. Okay, you are a child and you can be a mother, right? And so it's like two things can be true at the same time, and one doesn't invalidate the other. In all honesty, it just means that you're vast. It just means that you are abundant, which is what it means when we say that God is abundant. Okay, when we speak about this abundance, often people want to narrow that down to just good things, with the idea that they understand what good is. Okay, they want to narrow it down to pleasing things. Let me put it that word. We think about abundance and we think, ooh, what's pleasing, right? But you also have to understand that this is the abundance that comes from that same said God, that it was pleasing to him to see the passion of the Christ, which meant his demise, his suffering. It was pleasing to God to see the suffering of Christ for our salvation. So lean not on your own understanding. When he says, I know the thoughts that I have for you, thoughts of good and not of evil, to give you an expected end. And yet he was taking his people through captivity. And you would think to yourself, well, how is that good? How does it sound good that we're going to go into slavery and we're going to be someone else's servant? And God literally took them through that time span, as he promised, because of their disobedience, took them through that time span so they could come into appreciation. Because the fact of the matter is, when everything is all good, we don't appreciate it until something bad happens to make us appreciate the good that we had. You don't know a good thing until it's gone. But when you are constantly surrounded by good, all things that you consider to be pleasing, then you lose respect for that which is good because you expect it. A lot of times we don't understand that expectation literally can drive out respect. You forget that people and things and situations are not guaranteed to you. You come into this expectation, but rather when you're not so heavy on the receiving end of that, you begin to respect that you received it. You begin to appreciate it and have gratitude for it, and that is what love is, right? So the abundance that we seek, this abundance, often we can't receive it because we feel like it's only about pleasing, the things that are pleasing. But God believes in balance. So you're going to experience the good and the bad. Because without the good, you wouldn't know what bad is. And without the bad, you wouldn't know what good is. It's balance. It's temperance. And in order for you to truly understand God, and the only way for you to truly understand yourself is to experience this abundance. You are already abundant.